To start off, I just want to introduce myself again. My name is Tyson Green. I am the Associate Product Manager here with GroupLink and SkyCentral. So I'm here to introduce the SkyCentral Portal and how we could leverage these workflows for your end users and your processes. And to begin with, I just want to introduce some common IT problems that many small and mid-sized organizations are continually having and seeing. So obviously there's a big boom with mobility, trying to have users access corporate resources from on the road while they're traveling, trying to access these resources with through their laptops, mobile devices such as iOS, Android, etc. And wherever there's password management issue associated with coming back into the network, that's just a real challenge when on the road. Sometimes you're logged out or you can't get in, forget your password, you don't know how to get in, it's late at night, you don't know, it's just difficult trying to get into these corporate resources that you have. So there's a lot of good internet solutions out there for banking e-commerce, but not a lot of opportunities for these small to mid-sized organizations to use something similar and to provide that same level of remote password management and making sure that your users are able to log in and to receive the help that they need. So also lots of times there are processes that run within an organization that aren't necessarily associated with the IT infrastructure change or any real problems or issues from the IT side. And so these are more just things that need to get done. They're not exactly an issue that need to be resolved. So many times these can be associated with simple requests like, I need a new phone, my laptop is getting old, can I get it replaced? I've received a new job function and I need to request certain software to use. So managing software and hardware requests as well is one of those areas that tend to take a lot of time from the service desk. And so we think we can help manage the costs and constraints that are associated with these requests. And so everybody understands the constraints that rolling out a new product can be a challenge when most organizations are already feeling overwhelmed. Sometimes you don't have a lot of budget, and your managers are saying that you are unable to receive more people or more money on this, but you still need to accomplish all of these projects. And so there's a big issue there. So we just want to make sure that we design this product and it's set up to be delivered with a methodology that can be very cost effective for small to medium-sized organizations. So the solution I'll be showcasing today is SkyCentral Portal. It is a cloud-hosted solution, and one of the great things about being cloud-hosted is that it makes it easy for anybody to use. Remote users can access it anywhere, whether they're inside or outside of the firewall. It's available on mobile devices, Windows, Mac, iOS, Android, all those different devices. So it's available when you're traveling, in the office, out of the office. The cloud also is a great opportunity to relieve some of that additional infrastructure. So your IT infrastructure, you have all this equipment, so it relieves saves time and money of purchasing, installing, maintaining all your IT infrastructure. And so we like to think of this as in the cloud. We take care of all the database backup, physical security, the power, the cooling, and so on, so that you don't have to. You don't have to worry about managing a backup plan or disaster recovery plan. So you can deploy this to your users without having to worry about any of the infrastructure. Even though this is cloud hosted, I'd like to point out that this integrates directly with your Active Directory system. And so since your Active Directory is the source of everything with your end users, all access with your end users, it defines the way the users authenticate with their business systems, their email, and their file servers. So we've tried to leverage this and make it possible for your account and security models that's present in your Active Directory environment is available through the SkyCentral Portal. And so this automation of your end user processes, or this allows automation for your end user processes to be leveraged through your this portal and this system. Also, through Active Directory, we can do hardware, software requests, and simple things like approval chains. And so to take care of those everyday workflow requests and just those non-IT issues or the IT problems that your IT staff needs to take care of. Also, just to point out that the approval chain is basically a way where you can select users or groups or roles such as manager, and you can use all of those to define the steps of an approval. And this will leverage the direct relationships in your Active Directory to accomplish the flows that we have set up here. So just to recap here, this SkyCentral Portal allows your administrators and your end users to access the portal in the cloud, and this is a cloud-to-site connection that allows us to talk to things such as your Active Directory or in the future your SCCM. And so you can use those. And this piece of so in the cloud you have this access. Then on-premise there's a SkyCentral agent, and this agent is a piece of code that you'd run on some Windows box that you have behind your firewall, and it acts as a proxy to intermediate the requests that are being generated in the cloud for information that you need to receive from your Active Directory. This information is like your passwords, updating password. So that's just one example. So that's all that this small proxy does while it's running on premise. There's nothing much to it. It doesn't have its own database. It's just a small agent running inside your firewall that translates the calls from the cloud to your Active Directory. And also, just to let you know that this is very customizable. So these workflows we can add on, and we can, just to make sure that you can use this for any other databases or business systems that are on-premise that you have. So to start out here, I just want to show you, I've logged in here as an administrator to the portal. And you can see here there's a few sections. There's the administration tools section, which allows you to set up the portal to import your users, create new processes, import software, manage your software and hardware packages. Also to set up the password reset functions through the portal. There's also your general services section and your IT services sections, which are, these sections are viewed by all your users and your other users, not just your administrator. So this is what everybody else can see. I just want to show three scenarios that we have here. They are, the first scenario I want to look at today is a type of password reset and how we can manage that. The second scenario would be to manage a software request, so requesting software. Then the last one would be to create a new approval process for something that's not necessarily here out of the box, but something that you want to do within your organization that you want to manage and make it a lot easier for your end users to accomplish. So to start out, I just want to begin with the password reset function, and I just want to show you that that through this technology, we can show you different levels of policy, how your policies are set up through your password reset. And so let me go to just to show you exactly where setting up password reset there are different relations that you can see. There's you can set up your policies for your users to use, and you can apply this to your users or to groups within your Active Directory. And so you can set it to be your administrative group or your accounting group or your facilities management group or whatever groups you have set up in there or to specific users. You can set these policies. And these policies are also, let me make sure I go to the right page here. Group relations. So these policies are set up to make sure that we can answer the right number of security questions that we have in here. And so you can set up your security questions as you set up the password reset function, set up your security questions. The policies will indicate how many password reset questions that they need to answer. To be more, you can make these more restrictive or not, so they answer 2 password reset questions or 3. Also allows you to integrate how many, if they need to have SMS capability to send a PIN verification through. And so they can either email or send it through an SMS message to a PIN verification so that you have, in addition to these security questions. And it also allows you to set the ordinational value, which you can create to have the policies override or to be more restrictive over other policies, because as you know, people can belong to multiple groups, and so they can belong to multiple policies as well. And so they need to know which one is the most restrictive policy and which one is the higher priority that they need to answer. So let me go to this other browser that I have over here. Here I'm going to log in as an end user. So I have my end user, Jack. He is logging in, and you'll be able to see here that he has, as part of the service catalog, his views are just the general services and IT services views. And here, as the admin, you can set up where you can launch the knowledge base access, or if you have a knowledge base, you want to link it to that, or you have a help desk that you want to link this to launch your help desk system so that they can log into that and submit help desk tickets if they need to and if it's required for a specific issue. But you can set that up, so all they have to do is click this button and it takes them straight to knowledge base where they can find out answers for themselves. Also on the password reset, if you noticed on that login screen there's a button there that says forgot password. Let me show you. You can also come here in the IT services section and request a password reset manually. Let me just show you that. It's going to give you answers. So what is your username? and then it's going to say that you have security questions that you need to answer. So what is your first one? First question. Let me answer these. Second question. And then this is where you come in, you enter in your new password, and you confirm your password. And then once you click continue, then it says it has now been changed, and you're good to go. And if you have a PIN verification that you need to enter, before this screen and after your security questions, it'll say you have been sent an SMS message or a message with your PIN verification. Please enter that in here. And you can create this PIN to be 4 characters or 4 digits or 8 digits, however many digits you want to be, however long you want it to be more secure. And so they will get that information via the text, and so that they can enter in this password or that PIN there, and then before they come to the resetting their own password. So that is just a very quick showing of how to reset the password, or to request a password reset by an end user. So next, I want to be able to show you the second scenario of software request process. So let me go back to, as you can see, I'm using different browsers here for the different users I'm logged in as. And so it does work across multiple browsers, across multiple platforms. And so just to show you the extensibility of this this product and how useful it is to automating processes for your end user. Go here to the service catalog, back as the admin, and here is where I can come in and I can import my software packages. Now, very soon we'll be able to import your packages through SCCM. That'll be available. Right now, for this demo version, all I can show you is that we can import them manually or through a CSV file. And so importing them is just a very simple process. You click this, go through the wizard. It helps import them so that you can see and know what you have in the system. Let me go here to inventory management and just show you. Click on software, do software and hardware. I've already imported some pieces of software here that you can see. Tells you, put in name, description, what platform it's with, URL where you can find it, version, and then also just so you know that you're aware that these software requests are based off of approval chains. Now, these approval chains allow you to set this to the different relations of your of submitting requests to specific individuals or relations, so your manager or anybody like that, or to specific groups. And so you can do it to like all your administrators. What I have here, let me go to my user here, and just to show you how this works, request software. Pulls up a nice little wizard where it gives you the list here of your software packages that you can request from. That's available for you. So like say that Jack has received a new position. He wants Microsoft Project. It gives you a brief description of Microsoft Project and what you enter into it. And then you come here and enter in a comment saying, I've received a new position and would like to use project on my machine. So click next. That is it. That's all the end user needs to see. I can come over here to my manager, and I can show you that here in their task list, go to My Home, that's their task list, and you see here in his task list that software request for user Jack. I can also view that software request over here underneath the service catalog, as well as you just saw, I got a pop-up indicating that a software request has come in that I need to take care of. It's been assigned to me in my task list. And so Mark is Jack's manager. So I've set up in the approval chain that the software request goes out to the managers. And so here Mark needs to either approve or deny it. And so he gets a continuation of the request process. He sees information, who's requested it, what software package has been requested, and any comments that the user adds to it. So Mark's feeling congenial today, so he's going to approve this package. So that is very, very simple process. Just send out an email back to Jack saying that your request has been approved and it will be taken care of. And you can also set up in your processes here that in your workflow to have more than one level or one step of approval. And so it goes to the appropriate person to install the package. And since right now in this demo all I have is the manual installation that and not the SCCM, that has to go to a specific individual or the admins group to say that you see the admin receives a notification saying that this has been approved. They come in here, say this has been approved. They can add in a note that says please go to here to download this product, and I can make here a hyperlink and just say you can enter in the exact website where it needs to go to and the URL. So when the user gets this, when Jack gets this, he'll be able to see this email that says, please go here, download this product, click on here to download it, and it's taken care of. So that is the very simple version of how to request software and how to manage the software requests. So lastly, I want to go over the process of configuring your own, let me come back here to my service catalog to show you how to create a new approval process. It's a very, very simple form, just this one form. You enter a new name, title of the request, select the approvers. But before I do that, I need to show you that you need to come in here to create an approval chain for this process. So here's my approval chains. Demo one that comes out of the box, just so you can see how approval chains are set up. Software request approval chain that I just used in my example there. Let me create a new approval chain. Time off request. This is going to be, I'll use manager. Just a very, very simple one level approval chain here. So the request just needs to go to the manager for approval of time off. So that's very simple. Create that approval chain. Come back here to the service catalog, create new approval process. So I'm going to create this request for time off. Let me choose the correct approval chain there. Service catalog, I'm going to put this underneath the general services catalog folder. So you'll see later that it'll show up there. So let me add in a little description here. So where you can request time off. So if you're deemed worthy, you will receive, if I can spell correctly, just a very, very simple form, one process there. So I come down here, general services, and there it is again for, I see there for the request for time off. So let me go back to my user here. Let me refresh the screen. So I see request for time off is there. So I'm going to come here, say, I like time off to spend with my family. Comments, add a comment in here. Like to take vacation time that I have. Then date of request, we'll just put it for those few weeks, or that week, and that is the process right there. So that's all the end user needs to do. Very, very simple form for them to fill out. And you see that how it's the process it's taking. That should go to manager, and the manager will get that approval process or that task to approve that process and to approve whether they deserve the time off or not. And so they follow the very same process that we use for software requests into either approve or deny that request. And so that is the three scenarios that I wanted to cover today. Just something very simple, the password reset request to reset your password when you forgot it when you're on the road, or even when you're in the office, forgot your password. You can go to any device to log into here to request to reset your password. You can request software, you can request hardware. You can even link to your knowledge base and your help desk, and you can create specific requests for non-technical issues, just more workflow issues such as requests for time off or requests for a car or a key or whatever you have that you would like to create a simple workflow process for. And so that is what I wanted to cover, and I just hope that you'll all be able to see how useful this is for in your own organizations and how you can set this up. It doesn't take a lot of time to set this up as an administrator. You can see that I went through some of the process myself just right here as an admin, and it didn't take very long to create those workflows and to create those the approval chains for those workflows. And so your end users will be able to access these requests and these items here, alleviating a lot of time and effort that your IT staff needs to put into it. So that is all I have. Now we can go back to questions if we have those.
Tyson, I have not seen any questions come in yet, but just a reminder to everyone, if you do have questions, you can put those through on the chat or the Q&A.
Let me just iterate that if you do have specific questions for SkyCentral, about the SkyCentral portal, you can always contact partner GroupLink, as well as send an email to info@skycentral.com, and always be glad to answer your questions and let you know what how we can help you and best benefit you.
All right, perfect. Thanks, Tyson. And I still am not seeing any questions come through. So as Tyson mentioned, if you do have any questions after this webinar, you can get in contact with either us here at GroupLink or with SkyCentral. So again, thank you, Tyson, for your great presentation. And I'd like to thank our presenters from earlier today, Roel and Lothar. And we will go ahead and wrap up this webinar for today. Again, if you have any questions, let me know, and I will get them forwarded to the correct contact. Thank you all for joining us today, and have a great day.